Most buyers decide if they trust you or not way before they pick up the phone to call you. Hi there, I'm Jared. I'm a video strategist serving primarily aviation clients, but other high consideration asset businesses. And the way that this kind of behavior shows up in the marketplace today, if you haven't noticed it already, is inexpensive, high risk, long-term decisions where people want to avoid making a huge mistake. And the way that the decisions are being made today is in quiet research. People are quietly researching. They're checking you out. They're looking you up on social media. They're seeing if you're current. They're checking out your Facebook page. They're looking at your Google Maps profile. They're going to your website. They're looking at all these things to determine, do these people actually offer what they say they offer? And all of that has a message that is being communicated. And also, if you have any media available to them, whether that be in photo or video, that is something else that they are measuring by. Do they care about how their company looks? Do they care about their representation? But also, while they're doing this quiet research and watching before they're reaching out, they're trying to understand the actual risk that is posed to them. They want to make sure that before they pull the trigger on something this drastic, that this is going to be something that actually works and benefits them. They don't want to look back months or years from now and regret this decision, because if they regret that, whether we like it or not, that regret attaches itself to your business. But also what they're doing while they're doing this quiet research and watching before they reach out, they're looking for signals of safety and clarity. Clarity builds confidence in today's market. It truly does. Excitement no longer builds that confidence. And that's the marketing that is slowly starting to die, because it used to work. If we build and drum up excitement about a product or service that we offer, obviously it must be the correct fit, because there wouldn't be any excitement around it. And you probably noticed this already, that we live in a day and age where anybody can drum up false excitement. It's just the reality of our life. It's the air that we breathe. And also, an old tactic that used to work and doesn't work much anymore is the focus on attention. We used to think if we could just get those vanity metrics up, the views, the likes, the comments, the shares, if we get those up, that obviously will communicate to the client that this is the perfect fit for them, because there's a lot of attention on this. And this kind of dovetails into that excitement factor, that obviously there wouldn't be this much activity if it wasn't a genuinely good fit for the problem that I have. Another tactic that we've used that really has hurt us and that no longer works for sure is putting a lot of pressure on the client at all stages of the sales cycle. We think if we just put the pressure on them, they'll make the decision. Because if the pressure's there, then the product is a good fit or the service is the right fit. And that's just not the way it works anymore. People value understanding. They don't want to be intimidated. So you might be thinking, well, how do we actually build trust? How do we build this clarity that you're saying is what works today? When you go to a restaurant and you sit at the table or the booth, the server is going to ask you what you would like to drink. And then they're going to hand you something called a menu. And when they hand you that menu, what are you doing? You're choosing what you want. You're choosing the thing you came in to get. What is the server doing? They're facilitating that whole process, making sure that you enjoy the process, making sure that you're satisfied with the process. And then whenever you're through eating, you enjoyed your meal, then you get up to go pay. We don't argue with that, do we? we pay the bill, because that's what we came in to do. We came in to eat and pay. That's just how it works. So think about it. What does the menu do? It explains. It explains everything. It explains the whole meal through and through, and then it gives you the option to select, which one do I want today? Which one's going to satisfy the craving that I have today? But then if you look at the server and go, hey, I've looked at this item and I want to know, does it come with this? Does it come with that? Can I modify this? Can I modify that? And if the server's good at their job, what are they going to do? Oh, of course. That's something that we'll be glad to do. We can modify it however you would like. But also think about it this way. What's the context? We know where we're at. They know where we're at. They know where they're at. Everybody understands the whole process. And that's going to really serve businesses if they capture and do this well, if they set the context well. In other words, they explain the process from start to finish, letting the client know this is how things will go, this is what you can expect, no surprises, no gimmicks. But again, it also goes back to honesty about limitations. Again, going back to the illustration of the restaurant. If an accommodation can't be made by the server, what will they say? I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't offer that at this moment, but if you continue to be patient with us, that's something that we plan to add in the future. What that communicates is, no, that's something that we've thought about, but it's just something that we're not capable of delivering well yet. And the last thing that's really surprising, because when you go to a restaurant now, you're gonna think about this, they're helping you self-select. That's what they're doing. They're giving you the menu, saying this is what we offer, this solves your unique problem, you choose. But it's still priced by the restaurant. And see, that's how we're going to serve our clients very well going into the future. And if your business operates with integrity, there's good news for you. People value authenticity and trust. If they find that they can trust you and that you're authentic, they are way more likely to pull the trigger and make a deal. So again, just to reiterate, most decisions don't need a whole lot of excitement. They just need more understanding. And if this way of thinking resonates with you, this is how I operate in my line of business. And I think once you notice this, it'll change a lot of the interactions that you have, not limited to your business. Hey, and if you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe and join us on the next video where I'll dive into some case studies to show you just how this is changing the landscape of marketing and business as we know it.